What's up, guys? It's Anime Sauce. So I got a review for you, and we're talking about today is Akagami no Shirayuki-hime, something like that. Red-haired Snow White, I think is the English one. My app requires Japanese way it's done in Japanese, but anyway, yeah. So red-haired Snow White, man. I'm a big softie sometimes when it comes to animes. I really dig romances. That's just. It is what it is. If you don't like it, I don't care. I like romances. I like to see good endings, happy endings. I like to see people get together who are obviously happening, because I can't stand it in an anime when two people obviously like each other, or one or both are either too afraid to say something and they just go the entire anime without anything, and you're just like, damn, what a waste. Or one likes the other and she tells him and he's too scared to do anything about it, or they admit it to each other and just don't date till the very end of the anime. I mean, sure, that one's okay, but damn, man, I want to see some, get together. And even though, this anime, okay, so let's get into it. So, the premise of this anime is really simple. That's why it's not really, there's not really a storyline. I mean, it's just, I don't know. But all right, so, you got the main girl. It's obviously, the protagonist is the girl with red hair, and she is about the I guess you could say what the king of her current town or country is saw her and wants her to become one of his like succubuses or whatever, or what is it? I guess that's the word. Is it, or is it like maidens or whatever? You know what I'm talking about. But whatever. So she's like, no. So she books it out of there and moves to a different, or is in the process of going somewhere else. And in the process of leaving her country, city, town thing, she bumps into this guy who's like ultra attractive and, awesome. And turns out he's the prince of another country, town, city thing. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say country, because it's not really a country, because it is, but they're only in such a small area that I don't know. But we'll just say country, because it's kind of weird to be king of a city, but whatever. So she's in the process of moving, and she meets him, and he invites her to come to his country, and she's like, okay, I got nothing to lose. You're a nice guy looking, and so she moves in. And that starts her grand adventure of living in this country and, making a life for herself there, because she just upped and left her whole, but she had a business going on. She was like an herbalist or something like that, making medicines and making things out of herbs. And so she uprooted her whole life to leave, and she moved to this new spot. And, it's obvious that they like each other. And that's one thing. Remember what I told you back in the day? I love to have three things in my animes: either a kiss, a confession, or a date. I would prefer all three, but this one has all three. So you take it how you want it, if you call that a spoiler, but I don't, because I prefer to know going into a romance if they're gonna do one of those things. At least one. You have to tell me at least one. I mean, if you recommend me an anime and you say, or a romance anime, and you say, hey man, you should watch this, and I'm like, okay, do they kiss at all? Do they date at all? Do they confess at all? Or is it just a romance where they sit there and bullshit the whole time? And, I want to know at least one. If you want to tell me all three, and I'm like, all right, cool, so I can expect some good things. Whether or not the ending's good is up to that anime, but I at least know going in, I would know that it has something to look forward to. So this one does have all three, but there's really no storyline. It's just about her making a name for herself and her daily life up to, there's currently 2 seasons. They're done. I'm hoping there's more, because there's potential for more. As much as this anime doesn't have a story, it still works. It's like, it's pleasantly surprising, because like just the situations they get into, there's never really anything hyper dramatic about it, but it's just enough to carry the show on, knowing that this guy's sitting here at home freaking out if his girl's, getting in trouble, getting hurt, and he wants to help. So, it adds to the tension, but it's not anything, it's not drabby, it's good, man. I definitely recommend this anime to anybody who's into romance. If you're not a fan of romance, you probably won't like it. It's very 13-year-old girly, if I do say so myself. But you know what? I don't have a problem with that at all. But it is very 13-year-old girly, because it's all nice and like bubbly. I mean, but there are scenarios that aren't so nice and bubbly. But the point is, I mean, the whole aura of the show is all bubbly and stuff, and just them with each other is so. But I mean, the prince is a champion. All right, he's a champ. He just does not, he knows what he wants, and that's what I like. That's one thing I like. I can't stand a man in an anime who, I mean, obviously every one of them does it, but I can't stand in an anime when the man is like a big fat loser guy who just won't say anything. I'm like, bro, shoot the gun, get on it. She likes you. It's obvious. If you ain't noticing that, something wrong with you, So this guy, he knows what he wants. He tells her, he's like, I want you, and I want you. That's it. Bam, lays it thick like that, And I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about, Prince. What's good? So that definitely happens, and I'm enjoying that. And the girl, she eventually, like, when he steps up like that and shoots the gun, she definitely responds and reciprocates the same way. I mean, she, as an average, is definitely not, how do you say, she doesn't act like him and, lay it on thick. She'll act nervous around him, even though they've already done things and they're, they've confessed and all this stuff, or something happens, they've done it, and she's still all nervous and stuff, and he's just like, yeah, baby, let's do it, And I'm like, okay, this prince he knows what he wants. Man knows what he wants, and man's gonna get what he wants. He's a champion, and he's always a gentleman about it. His team is awesome. I think my favorite character in the show is probably his little assassin henchman sidekick guy. He's pretty damn cool. But the music in this show is really good. The visuals are good. I really like the art style. I mean, the bubbliness, sure. I mean, I don't care for it or hate it, but it's very bright. This show is very bright, like with whites and because it's red, Snow White with red hair, red-haired Snow White. Yeah, Snow White with red hair, I think is the name of it in English, but it's very white and bright. So I mean, the art style is very in your face, and I'm okay with that. And then the music, man. When I first saw this show, I thought it could have been a movie with the type of music they were playing. They were playing movie music, and I was really digging it. And I'm like, damn, okay. And I went in, and it was really good music. The art style was nice, and it's new, so you don't have to worry about if you're the type that doesn't like super old ones, which I don't know why, but if you don't like super old ones, this one's definitely got the new type of drawing style, and good on all points. I give this one a total go. I would definitely buy it if I found it, but I'm not going to search for it, but I would definitely worth a buy, definitely worth rewatching, definitely worth the watch at all points of go. I absolutely adore this anime. It's awesome. I really hope they bring out a season 3 as maybe a finisher. I don't need it to be a series like that, but I would like. I mean, the second season, because I'm throwing both in there because they're already both out. If I had to say, I'd say my favorite season was the first one, just because that's when all the good romance stuff happens. The second one, it's already passed, but it's still there. But the second one I wasn't as fond of as the first season. The first season was way better, in my opinion, that it gave you more new stuff. And then the second season, it was just bits of story that they're adding background, and they're adding extra tidbits of things. Now, the way the second one ended, you could end it that way, just completely end it. The way it ended is it's a closer. Now, some people might not be satisfied with it. I was, just for the simple fact that it gave me everything I wanted. I mean, in a sense, sure, there's more I'd like to see. There's things I'd like to see that haven't been shown, but if they did a third season as like a final season, and they said, okay, here it is, we're gonna just go ahead and cap it all off, I'd be like, hell yeah, man, let's do it. But if they didn't, I wouldn't be extremely disappointed. I'd be like, yeah, damn, that sucks. But it was good. It was definitely worth it, even though it might end here. Hopefully it continues. If it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know about the manga. I'm not going to read it. I have no interest in reading the manga because this anime just took it all from me. This is how I want my material in the anime form for this one. So first season is definitely better in my opinion. You need to go ahead and check that out. Definitely a win. Good stuff if you're into romance with bubbly art style. But it's not all like that. But there's drama in there too. But don't worry about it. It's not all cakes and roses. So don't worry about it. But definitely for a romance connoisseur, definitely 100%. I forgot how I found it, but I think I was just looking up, what's some good stuff, and this was recommended. And I usually save everybody's recommendation, and then I'll look at the description, and if the description looks all right, then I'll give it a look. If not, then I'll just delete it. But yeah, definitely check it out. If you have not yet, definitely check it out. If it's on your list, definitely check it out. If you haven't even heard of it, I mean, I haven't heard of it until I first searched it. I would never have seen it ever. I've never seen anything for it. So if you haven't heard anything from it or seen anything of it, it's not on very many people's list. It is on some people's, but it's not there. So it's not one that's, in your face. So definitely give it a watch if you want something good that's heartwarming, and it just gives you a good feeling at the end because it's just so satisfying with the way he presents himself, and he's just in it to win it. I'm like, all right, that is the exact type of romance I'm talking about. Perfect with my 3 logs, and it just executes it so nicely. Damn, so good. So yes, check it out. So as I said, we'll close with that. Yeah, because that's all it is to it, man. It's a go. So to close out, in a previous video, I told you that I was going to give those 2 Asuna figures and the 2 surprise figures on Wednesday, which I will do because I won't be busy that day. After class, I will film it and get that done. And then next weekend is a-kon 27. So like I said, if anybody's going, hit me up, let me know, and you get a prize. If not, that's cool. Obviously, there's people everywhere, so I'll be there distributing cards and stuff and little gifts for people who subscribe. But but of course, if you don't subscribe either right in front of me, you'll have to let me know later. But I'm not going to send out 100 boxes, or if a bunch of people end up subscribing, they have to tell me right there. So I will tell you that when I see you, give you a card to subscribe. You can get your little gift. But if you don't, tell me right then and there, and you subscribe later and say, hey, I subscribed from a-kon, I'll be like, damn, well, it's too late now. I'm not going to send out 100 little boxes. That's a lot, because I already do free shipping for everybody worldwide. Not a problem, but I can't do it 100 times in one go. As I said before, I'm an average Joe. So, but other than that, that's it, man. So definitely check that anime out. Guaranteed, if you're into romance, romance, not action romance, not nothing else. But this show is all romance. It is about the romance. It's for the romance. It's nothing but the romance with drama added in for story filler, which is okay. But that's not, it's not an action romance. So if you want something like that, I got other ones for that. If you want to see some of those action romances, I got some good ones. But yeah, definitely just for romance. If you need a good day to watch and you're like, man, I want to feel some love, check it out. Definitely worth it. So that'd be it for today. Anime Sauce, and I'm out.